important thing is that I have the feeling from this year on, or maybe from last year on, it's possible for a computer musician to interact with a musician that plays the piano or the guitar, or I think since maybe last year it's becoming serious in a way. Before, the computer was just too artificial. You couldn't really access what's going on, and but now you have the freedom to improvise, and I think that's what we basically do.
I've been really fascinated by the electronic sounds for a long time, and I love the combination of the acoustic sounds and the electronic sounds together. I think it's a very cool balance somehow, organic, and you have the organic play, and then you have the sort of the electronic digital thing, and I think that balance, both the sound and also the way it performs, it's fantastic. We both have that kind of open mind and interest for listening to other people's ideas and stuff. And
maybe our background is not so different. That's what I thought too, because of course you came from jazz, but you were super interested in electronics. I came from electronics, and I'm super interested in everything that has to do something with jazz. So maybe we follow the same path, we just come from two different directions, and that's somehow makes it easy to play together in a way.
Absolutely true, but just my point was you will also find people who will not be really interested in collaborating with other music styles, because they're filled with their own stuff too much, maybe. So I think in general you have to have an open mind and a pure interest for other people's thoughts in the beginning, if it should be any value.
Absolutely new from my perspective is of course the collaborational aspect, which hasn't been possible with computers before, I would say, because the interface just didn't work. Even there is Ableton Live already now since 7 years, which was of course a revolution as a program to make it possible to play live electronic music. But now when it comes to interaction, I would say that's an absolutely new situation now, and that can be explored, and yeah, I have the feeling we just sit down, we play from nothing, and then there's something coming up which I haven't heard before, so that's what I'm interested in, and that's how it works for me.
I think definitely the electronic tools and the possibilities that it gives is new. I mean, it is already and we're just seeing the beginning. I think it will give a lot of new elements to the music, sound-wise, and the way young people will think music, because I think they will approach music with a really different attitude, which is really great, because we come from, in Europe, a very classical tradition, where you start off, if you want to be an instrumentalist, historically, you have to learn your instrument very well and work on that thing, one thing, saxophone or clarinet or piano, whatever you do. While now it allows young people with a laptop to access all kinds of music and to bring it into the laptop and to treat it with their own way. never have learned to play piano or any instrument, so I just learned by myself.
Somehow I was interested in music all the time, and I realized it maybe for the first time when I was around 5 or 6 when I heard James Brown on the radio, and I asked my parents to put the volume up.
I've been listening to music, all kinds of music for all my life. Trying to do the music that I hear over to the piano and different stuff, and I think that's what's basically driving me to continue to make music, because I hear things both from sources and from inside, and I try to make them music.
So I started to buy records really early, and of course that's like music is a driving force, and for some reason I never learned an instrument too, and but I always wanted to make music, and so when computers came up I started doing my own stuff, and so now I'm here, and many years later I realized music is somehow the healing force for me. It's the path for freedom.
This is our 8th or 9th concert, maybe? Something like this. So we're still learning, I think. We're still learning.
Definitely, but we've been touring a lot as solo artists with others before, so. But of course, it's like an intense experience every time, because you don't have much sleep. You travel, you talk a lot when you are very tired. I think that's kind of could be a very inspiring situation when you start discussing, although your brain is not really working. So I find that very inspiring all the time, and it's fun.
Yes.